Sounddays is a platform for meeting different people who are interested in sound art and experiments in art and technology, and also a great chance just experimenting and opportunity for young participants, young artists to work with professional artists. At first it started as just a student exhibition and ending of the sound module, and getting additional funding and some international partners, so it just became organically that I started writing these projects for it.
At some point, because I've always been very interested in technology in general, I started trying to build my own instruments. I find this kind of dialogue between the musician and the instrument quite interesting. It's essential in the sense of trying to get out of this consumer loop that people tend to be stuck in, that if something breaks they just buy a new one. Many other things in the world you can actually fix if you're not afraid to look into it.
For me, the workshop was a very good surprise, because I was here to make an artist presentation, and they invite me also to follow the workshop. We have created a module for a modular synthesizer. So the module will be able to generate, for example, a wave to create a sound. And I will be able to use the one I have done later in my art practice.
Senses of place is really about how we sense places we inhabit and the environments in which we live and work. I think the aim of the workshop is really connected to understanding our own perception of the world, because I think one of the reasons why we're in a potentially serious environmental crisis is because we really have designed our world to be isolated from the environment, so we need to reconnect in a way.
We were performing the things we found, like trashes, and we were trying to make sounds of them. I did expect to get to know how to record sounds, and I gained much more, because now I understand that recording is really amazing thing with a lot of mysteries, and I really love it.
We divided the workshop into two parts. One is about coding music, and mine is about coding visuals and audio reactive visuals. For me, it's mostly interesting the coding and generative visuals, that it's uncertain what will happen often. Usually the interesting things also comes from the mistakes and from what is not expected.
I want to teach in the workshop how to improvise with code, how to improvise electronic music. I think one of the most important things is just to open that gate that it's always holding you if you don't know something, but they see, yeah, I can do this, and it's not that hard.
My friend did 3 years ago did the same workshop, and she was kind of mind blown by coding sound, creating processing sound. What I gained is I already created these specific sounds that I wanted to use in my master's thesis installation. I'm very, very happy about it.
I have a strong fascination for grassroots art, whether it's punk music or it's graffiti art or hip-hop or it's comic books. I like that more than what is in the museums or in the theaters. So I like this low threshold so that everybody can basically make it. And one of the main things I find important in my work is not making the best instruments in the world, but especially in the teacher's program, but taking away the fear from students to take the first steps. There's a lot of people who have dreams but don't know where to start, and I think these workshops are an introduction to making sound outside of the computer in the real world.
Yuri, he had some kind of special task for me to develop some different 24-string instrument, and he was using this instrument during his performance. Yuri is like this crazy guy who knows a lot about the electronics, and I was really hoping to meet him and see what I can kind of take from him.
For me, documentaries where art and journalism collide. Covering Sunday's workshop hopefully give the opportunity to the participants to think about how they can document their own art.
It gives a very diverse experience to attend Sound Days and highlight the most amazing parts of each of them. So I think we really could capture the ambience of each of the workshops and what is their purpose.